Hello everyone, this is PK Flairologist, and today we're going to talk about Flair bartending. So you guys must be amazed that if you're talking about Flair bartending, how can I be so chill and relaxed, and the thumbnail shows that there are so many bottle flyings and we're learning Flair bartending. Okay, so let me tell you that before becoming or getting into Flair bartending, you need to know exactly what is flair. So if you open the dictionary and try to see the meaning of the word flair, it says flair is something that you do in different style, different way, or a method. So it is not applicable only to bartending, but then it is applicable to anything. If you're a chef, if you're a dancer, if you are a cook, or if you are doing gardening, anything. But then whatever you do in a different way or a style. So whatever you do, for example, I am doing bartending in a different way, in a different style, that is called flair. So let me remove some perception or misconception that are there with flair, and then we'll try to understand flair in a much better way. So the first thing that I would like to tell you all is that flair does not mean just juggling or flipping bottles and throwing multiple objects or things such as. So flair, if you have to really understand the importance of flair, you need to know that how you bartend in a very different way. So let me give you some easy examples and break it down in the most simplest way. So for example, today I am bartending and I have few guests in front of my table. If I dance while making or shaking my drinks, that's a simple example that I can give you about flair bartending. Second example, let's take it a little one notch ahead and understand what is that you can do in a very different way. Okay, now for example, I'm making my drinks. So while I make my drinks, I am doing some simple easy bar tricks that will amaze my guests. So I am doing bartending, simultaneously I am doing bar tricks that will make my field guest excited, make my field guest more different, or the way I am being perceived by my guest is something very different. So these are the different examples of flair bartending. Okay, now let's go further and talk more in detail. Now there are different types of flair bartending. First is the work flair, second is the exhibition flair, and third is the five flair, which I really do not promote, but then yes, it's a fantastic way to get a lot of traction or create a lot of high energy with the audience. Okay, now coming back to work flair. Or before work flair or any sort of a flair, I would like to tell you all how do you flair and what you should keep in mind while flair bartending. So, for example, you always need to understand when you use this word or when you try to flair bartend. When you try to flair bartend, keep in mind the first and the most important and basic thing, that you have to tend the bar and not waste your time. So whatever you will do, secondary is flair, is along bartending, you will try to excite your guest with doing your moves. Now, you need to be very confident while you flair. Now, how do you do that? First thing is that if you're very perfect, or if you are very confident with your skills of bartending, of making your drinks and things like that, pouring drinks, shaking, stirring, your recipes, if you're confident enough back in your mind, so you don't have to worry when you make your drink. So now is your second important thing, that you do it in a different way. Now whatever smallest thing that you will do will be flair. That will be an addition to bartending. Now how do you develop that thing? You have to be really confident. As I said, you have to put as a show altogether. For example, let's take it as such that you are in front of a screen like how I am at the moment, and you have to put up a show. So every single time as a flair bartender, when you've been approached by a guest at your bar, you need to make sure that you create a fantastic impression in front of your guest. Now, for example, your guest has approached you, you need to be confident. First thing is that. And whatever small thing, let's say if you take a can and you flip it, you need to be confident enough to make him more excited. You need to create an impact of every small thing. So for example, if you do a garnish, let's do a garnish as an example for your flair. So you made a nice Cosmo, you're presenting a drink. Now here is the flair bit that is coming. Now you need to get the attention of everybody. Just take their orange peel, burn it, and you take it closely, bring the focus, the energy towards the drink, and then You light on your lighter or whatever matchstick and just boom, spray that oil, create that effect, and you see the magic. Your guest will say wow, they'll get amused by your that simple and the most basic way of flaring. So yes, so talking about flare, this is what it is, flare. So do not think that it is very difficult. Everybody can flare. It's just make sure that you do the simplest thing in the best possible way. Now this last and very important thing, the second video that I'm going to make is I'm going to talk about how do you flare. So yes, so I have given you a small zest about what exactly is flare bartending, and I'll be making more video about how do you flare. So keep watching, be connected, and see you in the next video. Thank you very much.